Hey, this is the Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 381. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to continue our journey through Middle-earth by making a mountain out of a pile of crap. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Oh, good. What is going down?
A whole ton is going down. We've got another super exciting deck to talk about from our good friends in the nation. From the he's not from the Shire. He's from some forest somewhere. Lothlorien?
Mirkwood.
Mirkwood? He's from Mirkwood?
Yes.
Oh, does everybody knows who it is? Probably did because they clicked on the episode on YouTube where you're watching, because you should be, where it shows who it is. But the point is, we're going to talk about Legolas and a bunch of true-to-form CCO garbage that we're going to use to make a great deck. And I'm very excited for this one.
I am very excited.
But before we get to into any of that stuff, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. If you want to buy garbage, wait a second, this is not a very good promotion for them.
If you want to exchange
Money.
currency, legal currency, for garbage, CCO Summer promo code, you can save 5% off all the trash that you will only hear about right here on Commander Cookout.
If you also want to spend your money on good Magic cards, sealed or singles, gaming supplies, deck boxes, sleeves, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, board games, they've got an 8-foot Lord of the Rings giant playmat. I'm trying to convince the owner of Fusion to send it to me. He's not biting, no.
Why don't you send him some money, and then he'll send you the playmat?
If I use CCO Summer promo code, I could save 5% on said playmat.
Ooh, we could fly to Winnipeg, and
Nope.
we could go to the store.
Nope.
And you could grab him by the shirt and just scream CCO Summer into his face. 5% off.
Though I won't.
Well, we could, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We could do those things. I'm not
Yes.
saying that we will, but we could do that, and it would work. And I know that because I've certainly seen them in person in real life, and I shake them a little bit.
Give him the old shakedown.
Yep.
The CCO shakedown.
That's right.
Cash and coins out of your pocket podcast. Oh, man. That's what CCO really stands for.
And turns out.
Yeah. Speaking of cash and coins out of your pocket, we've got the CCO experience coming up.
Because we're going to Vegas. And
Yes.
where else do they pick more coins out of your pocket than Las Vegas?
Yes, very much so. Now, this is being recorded in advance, so I don't know if we have any slots left, but if we do, you get after us, commandercookout@gmail.com or CCO Podcast on Twitter. You can get a hold of CCO Brando on Twitter, but he's going to tell you to come back to me anyways.
Exactly.
And we have got food lined up. We've got packs, giveaway stuff, secret stickers, secret booster packs nobody knows about, prizes. It's all coming to a head, I assume.
Very soon.
If you want to help support but won't be in Vegas, you can go to commandercookout.com, pick up some of the new CCO merch. It's the same day, so I'm wearing the same shirt as last week.
It's just as cool. And remember, if you listened last week, which you probably did, and if you didn't, go back. The puppy belly promise still in effect.
Yes. But don't tell them what it is, so they got to go and watch it.
Yes.
That's how promo works on YouTube, I guess, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so anyways, there's shirts, there's stickers, there's hats. The summer line is out. It's almost sold out. I assume we still have stock left.
The line is very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because like my stuff is on it. I'm saying that because it actually is really cool. I've gotten lots of compliments on all of the merch that I have worn to work and in public.
Yeah, the Give Us Flat Foils stickers,
Yeah.
they were a hit.
Yeah.
They were a hit.
They
Yeah,
are,
because
yes.
Give Us Flat Foils. And they kind of did with the Lord of the Rings stuff. Instead of bowing like this way, they bow this way.
Yeah, which is they bow like the Warhammer decks.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it.
I'd rather them bow like long ways, like a banana,
No.
than like a taco shell.
Yes. Although I'd rather eat a taco than a banana.
Yeah.
Both because one tastes significantly better.
We should move off of this because I'm going to start making lots of dirty jokes.
Oh, yeah, I never even thought of not Googling that at all.
Do not Google any of that.
Although if you do prefer the banana over the taco, that's fine.
Hey, yeah. Everybody's welcome in the nation as long as you're not a dick.
Correct.
And that goes for everybody.
Yes.
So here's the thing. This is July 11th. If you're listening to this the day it comes out,
Yes.
which you should.
Yeah.
Watch on YouTube. Give it a like and subscribe if you're not.
Yeah, it's free and a good way to support the show.
Yeah, it's a free way to support the show. Like and subscribe. If you're watching this the day it comes out, come back on the 14th because CCO has 2 Commander Masters previews coming
And they're
up.
good. They gave us 2 good cards this time. I don't know how that happened.
Yes.
They must not know who they're dealing with.
They must not know who they're dealing with, especially after they hear today's stinker. Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to say thank you to the patrons real quick because we don't have any new patrons to thank this week. Again, double recording makes that difficult. But if you want to support the show, patreon.com/CCO Podcast is the way to do it. Gets you your CCO nickname, gets you into the Discord, gets you into the CCO experience if you want to come and hang out in Vegas or wherever else we go.
If you're going to be in Vegas also, you don't have to be a patron supporter to come by and say hi.
100%.
That's free and we love it.
What we do, part of what I conscript house members to do, besides cook, is establish like an area.
Yeah.
And when we, especially in Vegas, because you can drink outside in Vegas.
Oh man, we were sitting outside in the sun
we
playing
establish
Magic. Oh.
a place and we all congregate there, and there's patrons and there's other content creators, and everybody has so much fun that people come over and they're like, wait, what are you guys doing? Other content creators come over and we do like little shorts or videos or like little interviews with each other, and you can get playmats signed and cards signed, and it's just a giant community of awesome people. We usually have like food delivered, food trucks are present, and we take some time to have a meal together at the convention so we don't die from not eating for 4 days.
Yeah, we learned about that very much in Edmonton. That was a lifesaver. Them pizzas?
Oh yeah, we ordered pizzas at the end of the show on
good.
Saturday, and I think I spent $117 on pizza.
Yeah, we got 3 pizzas.
Yeah, they were this big though, right? So anyways, come and find us because it's going to be great, and we'll have stickers and tokens to give out, and it's going to be fun.
Then we'll make jokes and play games also.
And drink beer.
Yes.
Yeah. And tacos.
Yes.
And we won't drink the tacos, but
No.
we will put them into our body.
Oh yeah, we will.
So that is basically
That's all the podcasting
what I
business we
have. Yeah, we have got a deck today from patron supporter Jaw Freak Stacks Hole.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
That's a Discord name. That's I don't know how that one developed, but
Who cares?
Who cares?
It's a good one. It's a solid one. Let's talk about the commander.
Yeah, Legolas Master Archer. Give him a read.
He's a 1/4 with Reach Elf Archer for green 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, Legolas deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be the same creature targeted by the spell.
No, let's break it down here. So we've got a 3.
Break it down.
Yeah, we got a 3-drop commander, which is good.
Pretty solid.
Elf, which is
Fine.
good.
No, we're not playing elves.
We're not playing elves. No, we're not elf balling. We're not
No.
crater hoofing.
No.
That's way too. The quality of that deck is way too high.
Yes.
Though this deck still somehow some dollars. We'll talk about that in the budget section. Got a 3-drop commander with 4 toughness with reach. That's already good.
That costs 50 cents. Foil or non-foil, 50 cents. Love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast a spell that targets Legolas, like, I don't know, a pump spell or a double power spell or a +1/+1 counter spell, you put an additional +1/+1 counter on Legolas.
Yeah.
So he's going to get swole.
He is. Super swole chili, baby.
He's not going to be able to walk on snow anymore.
Like last week we had super swole bros. Now we just have super swole bro. And as we all know, Legolas is definitely a bro.
Legolas.
Yes.
Yes. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, Legolas fights it. Not fights, but it's colloquially
he shoots
shorter. He shoots it.
He bullies it.
He shoots it with his arrow.
Yes.
So somebody's got to say, hey, you over there, I'm targeting you. And then Legolas has to be like, hey, what? He's a target? And he'll blast him right in the face.
You know what he does? Is the guy comes out, he's on a little island, right?
Sure.
And Legolas is sitting on the pier. And the guy walks out of the trees on the little island and he goes,
What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Ezekiel!
Ezekiel? That ain't fucking sucks.
We finally got to do it on the show.
What's your name? Legolas. What? Pew!
And there's an arrow in his face.
Yes.
It's perfect.
That's how it works.
That's how the deck goes. Man, if somebody made that joke while playing this deck, that would be very fun. What's your name?
I'm going to target you with giant growth and kill you. Okay. So let's get into some of the cards on screen.
Okay.
So we can save Editor Joe the trouble, even though it doesn't, and then we'll get,
you can,
and then we'll flip over to cards, and I'm gonna have to get a drink of water from yelling.
Okay, fine.
So where do we want to go? Let's see if we can find some ramp or card draw or like regular stuff, right? Okay, so I've got a in the ramp section, I've got a grafted growth that when it enters the battlefield puts a +1 counter on target creature or vehicle we control. Sure.
Why not?
And enchanted land has tap to add 2.
Sure.
We put a +1 on Legolas. That's the important part.
Yes.
Okay.
2 +1/+1s.
New Horizons. You put a +1 on a creature you control. Enchanted land has tap, add 2.
Neat.
It's like the same card.
Sure.
Thirsting Roots. Oh man, I got Thirsting Roots.
Yeah, I got a thirsty root right here.
Oh man, what is this, a CCO bonus episode? Jeepers
Might as
creepers.
well
Okay.
be.
Sorcery for green.
Yep.
You choose one. Search your library for a basic, put it into your hand, then shuffle, or proliferate.
Sure.
We can get a land if we're short on lands, or we can just make Legolas bigger. And if this targets, choose any number of permanents and or players. Oh, proliferate does not target.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Wild growth.
Wild growth.
Sure.
Why not? And in the draw section, we have a season of
Wait,
growth.
we're not even done yet.
We're not done?
No, we
Oh
got
my
a Vial of
God.
Galadriel. That's a
the-
CCO preview card.
What?
That's a CCO preview card.
Yes, it is.
No, this card's good.
It actually is very good. Yes.
It's a mana rock, but if you have less than 5 life and you gain life, you gain more.
Yep.
If you draw a card while your hand's empty, which might be the case in this deck if we go pump spell, and then we can go like card draw spell, draw an extra one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
fine
We've got
card.
a Delighted Halfling. This is a $15 mana dork that makes Legolas uncounterable.
Yep.
And then we've got a Emerald Medallion,
Beautiful.
which is a really good card.
The
Makes
price
your
of that's going to go down in the next few days. You mark my words.
I hope so.
Mark my words.
So that is not the CCO preview card.
No, it is not.
No, so we can't confirm that yet. But Emerald Medallion makes your green spells cost less. Where are we going now?
We're going to go to the draw section.
Sure.
The draw section has a Season of Growth in it. It's an enchantment for green 1. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card.
Oh, that's like all of our cards.
Yeah.
So we can chain through our deck and
That's real good.
oh yeah, as long as we can make mana to cast targeted
things.
pump spells,
Yeah.
we can continuously target Legolas to pump him, put +1 counters on him, and draw our next one. That feels like Zada.
It kind of actually, I got a real big Zada vibe off of this, and you guys are going to get that
Okay,
too.
good.
We have Return of the Wild Speaker. It's an instant for green 4. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control or non-human creatures you control. Get +3/+3 until end of turn. You will always draw the cards. That's why it's in the draw section. Rishkar's Expertise draws you cards equal to the power of the greatest powerful creature you have. Then you can play something that costs 5 for free.
Yep.
And we have a I think is this the first time we've done this one on the show? The One Ring.
I think this is the first deck we've played One Ring in, though we've done several Lord of the Rings decks. This one fits thematically the least.
Yes.
But it is the one that we are playing.
Yes. It's 4, indestructible, comes into play. You gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life. For each burden counter on it, you can tap it, put a burden counter on it to draw a card for each burden counter on it. Yes, it's broken as hell. No, we're not breaking it in this deck. We're just playing it because I assume Tanner's bald thing that was last week.
Jawfreak's asshole.
Jawfreak's asshole has one.
Yeah, it happens to be the most expensive card in the set too, at 50 USD monies.
Yeah, it's like 117 Canadian.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah. Removal.
Removal.
Now, This is the stuff that will target our opponent's creatures, and we care about that, right?
We do.
Whenever we cast a spell that targets a creature we don't control, Legolas deals damage equal to his power to another target creature.
So you can remove the great big threatening thing?
Yes.
And their other smaller, less threatening value thing.
And they don't have to be the same creature or player.
That's right.
So I can kill your big guy with my removal spell.
Yep.
And I can gank Smitty's Mana Dork with my Legolas if he's only got like 2 or 3 power.
Correct.
Ooh. So, kind of, our removal spells are double or draw us a virtual card, but every card they virtually draw us is another removal spell.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what they are. We got 6 of those.
Okay, Ruinous Intrusion is one. That's a
Ruinous Intrusion. Do not Google.
Sex act. Drink.
Exile, target artifact, or enchantment. This is an instant.
Yep.
Put X+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the mana value of the permanent exiled this way.
It's a good card.
So we not only get their guy,
Yeah.
or their thing,
Yeah.
we put Legolas get big and kill thing. This is like a 3-for-1. Okay.
That's very good. With a K-Grip and a Beast Within.
Yep. Those are going to get their guy every time.
Kenrith's Transformation and Song of the Dryads.
Ooh, both very good. They turn their things into something irrelevant, like a 3/3 elk or a forest.
And we have a Berserk.
Ooh, big old Berserk. You cast it only during combat, before the combat damage step.
Yes.
Not only during combat. I said that wrong. You cast it only before the combat damage step. So you could cast it like main phase 1 or during upkeep.
Yes.
Sure.
Or during your opponent's main phase 1 also, which you probably don't want to do that because it doubles the power of a creature and then they might attack you with it because it's going to die.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that.
Yes. And then at the end of turn, the creature is destroyed.
Yeah, baby.
Of note, we'll have to keep an eye out. It's destroy that creature.
Yes.
So if we can somehow make our guy indestructible, we can berserk double power, kill somebody else's guy, and then destroy. So just keep in mind that we can target our own guy if he's indestructible.
Let's do some getter backers real quick, too.
Okay.
Then we'll go over to cards actually, Joe, we sort of promise you.
Sure.
Getter backers have an Unnatural Restoration. I like this one lots.
Yep. Return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, then proliferate. It won't get our pump spells back,
But it'll get lots of other stuff.
but it'll make Legolas swall because it proliferates.
Regrowth.
The classic, that's the getter backer.
Seasons Past.
Return any number of cards with different converted mana costs from your G to your hand, and then put it on the bottom of its owner's library.
Neat.
So that'll get you like a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop, usually in this deck, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we have a Balaged Recovery as well.
That's a regrowth, but with a land on the back.
And it costs 3.
That's fine.
But that's whatever. And it has a land on the back as well, which is cool.
Okay, let's flip over to some cards, and then we'll get into like the real... What'd you see?
Is Balaged Recovery really $5?
Yeah, it's that and Malakar Rebirth are the 2 best ones with flippy land uncommon thingy.
Gosh, I'm surprised by that. I really am. With uncommons from
I'm partial to the white one that gives protection, I think, and the red one that flings. I play lots of these cards. Kazul's Fury is the fling one. Yeah.
No reason not to.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip over some cards. So we got some getter backers. What should we do now?
Well, I want to go to protection. I want to get right into protection so we can see if we can benefit more from Berserk, like I talked about with indestructible guys.
Okay.
So we've got a Bombadil's Song, new Lord of the Rings card. Exile target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. The ring tempts us.
Oh man, you could make Legolas your ring bearer, and then everything could still block him because he's going to be so big.
Yeah. Yes.
We got a Ranger's Guile next.
Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof till end of turn.
Blossoming Defense.
Target creature you control gets +2 and gains hexproof until end of turn.
It's the same card,
It's the same card.
but better. That's just better, right?
Yes.
Because it makes them bigger, even bigger. Gaia's Gift.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Put a +1 counter on target creature you control. It gains reach, trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn.
Now that is a card.
There we go.
We've got Wish.com What is the damn...
Wish.com heroic intervention.
I always want to say Fierce Guardianship.
Heroic intervention.
Tamiyo's safekeeping is the card.
Permanents you control gain hexproof, indestructible until turn you gain 2 life. 2 instances so far of indestructible. And we should note that we are playing heroic intervention as well, which gives hexproof and indestructible to your team.
Swiftfoot Boots is Swiftfoot Boots.
Sure.
Tyvar's Stand.
Oh, target creature you control gets +X, and gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
There it is again.
I said in the Phyrexia All Will Be One, this is actually a good card.
It is a good card.
Because you can just go green, X equals 0, and with no pump, you can give your guy hexproof and indestructible till end of turn.
Yeah. Or you can use it to just wreck somebody's whole day.
Yes.
Silk Guard.
Silk Guard. Put a +1 counter on each of up to X target creatures you control. Mm-hmm. So we would maybe go like green 1 to just put a +1 on Legolas. And then auras, equipments, and modified creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn.
That's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, Legolas is modified because he's got a +1 on him.
Yep.
He's augmented, got a nose job. Do elves need nose jobs? Maybe his ears weren't pointy enough.
So he got his nose made pointy instead?
No, he got his ears made more pointy. He got, instead of rhinoplasty, he got audioplasty? No. What it would be if you got your ears done?
If you know, if you're a plastic surgeon in the nation, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Played this one last week, Sarith the Viper's Fang.
Oh, yeah, this one's got a different picture, though. Your attacking or tapped creatures got D-Touch. Your untapped or blocking creatures have hexproof. And you can untap another target creature or land you control for 1 and tap.
Of note, and we're going to talk about this later on in the show, but I'm going to mention it now. If Legolas is tapped, it has Death Touch. That means if you use its ability to deal damage to other creatures by targeting other things with spells, that damage also has Death Touch. So if Legolas is small, you can kill big things with him because he has Death Touch. Important.
Legolas deals the damage. Yes.
Yes.
So he would do, yes. So what would be so awesome is if you could attack with your Death Touching Legolas now, right?
Yep.
And cast a spell to eliminate a blocker.
Yep.
And then Legolas will deal damage to another blocker.
Yep.
And then they go, oh, I'm going to try and kill your Legolas. I can go, 1, tap to untap another target creature I control, and he gains hexproof.
That's right.
Ooh, that's really strong.
That's sneaky stuff. We have an Azuri Renegade Leader.
What is this elf ball nonsense? This has got green regenerate target elf.
And that's what it has. The rest of the ability is overrunning elves isn't going to come into play ever.
Creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. How funny would it be to just do that like 6 times, as you do in elves?
Right.
Right? But only attack with Legolas.
We have a Mithril Coat.
Hey, there's another Lord of the Rings sounding card. This is Flash, indestructible. When it ETBs, you auto-equip it to a legend you control. And equip creatures indestructible.
Neat.
And it equips for 3 if you don't have a legend.
Cool.
Pretty good. We've seen a few legends already in this deck.
We have.
Yep.
Now we're talking about putting counters on stuff.
Yes.
We've mentioned that before. You know that it's coming, so we're going to do that more. And we're going to do that more by playing things like Hardened Scales.
Hardened Scales. Whenever you put a +1, you put an additional +1. Also.
Yeah. We have an Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. That's the second Ozolith now that it's busted.
Oh, yeah. If 1 or more +1s would be put onto an artifact, creature you artifact or creature you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on instead. And also, green 1 tap, put a +1 counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. Yeah. Also, cycling.
And we have the Ozolith.
The Ozolith. Legendary artifact for 1. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do +1 of those. If, with Hardened Scales.
With Ozolith you can. With the Ozolith you do.
With Ozolith and Ozolith, they work together.
Yes,
okay.
they do.
So you move the counters from your dead creature onto Ozolith.
Yep.
Then when you cast creature, you can move counters from Ozolith onto new creature.
Correct.
In our case, probably Legolas will die, and then we'll cast him again, and he'll just get all his counters back.
And you'll Legolas.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Okay.
You want to talk buffs? Or we want to talk about counters? Let's buff. Let's buff some.
I feel like those are the same thing.
They are, but slightly different.
Sure.
Let's buff. We've got Aggressive Surge.
That's a +1 until end of turn. That's why it's different.
Yes.
Also, draw a card.
This is where the Zata vibes come in.
Yeah, here we go.
Battle Growth.
+1 until end of turn. Nope, put a +1 counter. Wrong category.
Charge Through.
Trample, draw a card.
Poison the Blade.
Death Touch, draw a card.
Unnatural Predation.
+1 and trample.
This is a good one. Wild Defiance.
Oh, I play this card.
I used to play this card in Standard.
Sorry, I used to play this card, yeah. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, that creature gets +3/+3.
Oh, man. That's so good.
How many pluses? You think you're going to get +9 off of this card one turn?
For sure.
You go like 1-drop, 1-drop, 1-drop. My guy's got +12/+12. Because each of my 1-drops are going to give him +1/+1. And then he's going to get +9/+9.
Yep.
And I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Yep.
And then I'm going to hit you for frickin' like 15.
Yeah.
2 pump chump you.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Pretty not too bad.
No, one of them's going to be Berserk and I'm going to kill you all at once.
That's right.
Because those other ones could have targeted my opponent's creatures.
Yep. To smash them.
And then Legolas would kill them. Mm-hmm. And then I double his power. Oh, yeah, that's getting good. Okay.
We got a Rancor.
Enchant creature gets +2/+0 and trample. And when Rancor dies, you get it back.
And a Mutagenic Growth.
This is the Phyrexian mana one.
That's right.
That says target creature gets +2 until end of turn, but you can cast it for free.
By paying 2 life.
Yeah.
Super good.
AKA free.
Yes.
I hate life.
Oh, yeah. Life sucks unless you have less than 1.
Yes.
So do you want to put +1s or do you want to fight? Nah, let's put +1s.
No, let's fight. Let's fight
fight?
because fight is going to be like the final frontier. Fighting is the final frontier before we frick our opponents.
All right. We got Bonds of Mortality.
Oh. Enchantment for green 1. Enters the battlefield, draw a card.
Cool.
It's already good. Green. Creatures your opponents control lose hexproof and indestructible till end of turn.
So Legolas can fight them to death.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Cosmic Hunger.
Oh. We got a thirsty root and we're cosmically hungry. Okay. Target creature deals damage equal to its power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Oh, man.
That's the worst.
Legolas can fight battles.
So does this... So it targets Legolas so he gets a counter, and it targets a creature that we don't control. So then would Legolas get a counter and then also shoot a thing? And because this thing makes our guy kill a guy, would he kill 2 guys?
Okay, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power.
Right.
So Legolas gets a counter.
Right. And then...
To another target creature, planeswalker, or battle.
So would he wreck 2 things?
Legolas says whenever you cast a spell that targets him, he gets a +1. So
Yep.
we're there.
Yep.
Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control,
We're there.
Legolas deals damage to his power to 1 target creature. So yes, you would trigger both of those.
Oh, baby.
Because it doesn't say whenever you cast something that targets
Only them.
only not Legolas.
Yeah.
And then Cosmic Hunger actually, fights.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, we do get 2 there.
That's so good.
Cool.
Okay, keep that kind of shit in mind. Infectious Bite.
Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Hey, that might be relevant.
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll have to see.
Master's Rebuke.
Master's Bukkake. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a creature planeswalker you don't control.
Smell Fear.
Smell feet.
Oh, it's funny because the guy's like, oh no, and then there's some feet with stink lines on them.
Stink lines. Yes. Yes. Smellfeetfinder.com. Proliferate. Target creature your fights.
Yes.
This one's a sorcery though, so just be careful.
I love the flavor text on this next card. I'm going to read it real fast before I even tell you what the card is.
Yes.
I'll see your 3 dragons and raise you 2 fists. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Oh,
It's
man.
Barroom Brawl.
Barroom Brawl. Target creature you control fights target creature and opponent control. What? That's That's not what it does.
Oh.
Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. So this one will get 2 as well because you're targeting Legolas and another guy.
Yes.
Then that player may copy this spell and may choose new targets for the copy. This is kind of like Shoving Match.
Yeah.
The card from Masks?
Yeah.
Yes. I like it.
I like this too.
Okay.
So here's what you do. You kill the guy to your left, you kill their stupid thing.
Yes.
But since you're also targeting somebody who isn't Legolas, you also kill the guy to your right's thing that's going to get Legolas.
Yes.
So that when it comes back around to you, they're like, oh, damn it. Right? It's so damn good.
Yeah.
Wind Swift Slice.
Wind Swift Slice. I remember this card being good. This is from the Lord of the Rings Elf Precon.
You should remember it being good because it is.
Instant green to target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So works double with Legolas.
Yep.
Create a number of 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens equal to the amount of excess damage dealt this way. Dealt to whom? I have to assume
To the creature that you murked.
what if just wait a second though. Damage dealt this way to whom? What if I deal excess damage with Legolas, but don't take excess damage to Legolas? That makes sense the way that you described. What if I have a 10-1 Legolas and it fights a 10-1 Ball Lightning?
Well, it doesn't fight, though. He just kills it.
Target creature you control deals damage equal to...
Yeah, they don't fight.
Oh, they don't fight. Okay,
Yeah,
then
he just-
what you said.
He just
okay.
wrecks somebody's whole life.
Okay.
Bushwhack.
Oh, yeah. These names.
Yeah, I know. I know. Thirsty Roots. Cosmic Hunger.
I'm going to bushwhack with my thirsty root when I get home.
Oh, man.
Okay. Choose one. Search your library for a thing, put it into your hand, or target creature fights.
Ram through.
Target creature fights target creature you don't control.
Yes.
We have to make sure that we say that there's 2 targets there.
Yes.
One is Legolas, one is something else, so 2 things actually get killed.
It's also important that it's a creature you don't control for reasons that we will get into in a few minutes.
Okay. Rammed.
Ram
Jesus
through.
Christ.
Yeah, we're talking about, we're doing it. We're going here. We're doing this.
Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If there's excess damage, it tramples over.
If the creature has trample, excess damage will trample over.
Oh, so Legolas, we got to give him trample.
Yes.
Trample first, then ram through later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is right. Colony Ambush. Somebody, that's a fight card with a land on the back. And Hirobi Special Glaring Spotlight.
Glaring spotlight so I can watch Bush up close.
Yep.
Creatures you control equal hexproof target lose.
What?
Yes.
What the goddamn hell? Let me translate to everybody out there who
Just
doesn't speak Ryan. It's an artifact for 1. Creatures your opponents control with hexproof can be the targets of spells or abilities that we control as though they didn't have hexproof. And you can pay 3 and sack it. Creatures we control gain hexproof and are unblockable until end of turn.
Oh, I like that part.
That's a good one.
The unblockable part.
Yes,
Now,
the hexproof could also be viable, but
of note, it's as though they don't have it. They don't lose it.
yes.
So just FYI.
Yes.
Creatures your opponents control with hexproof can be the target of spells or abilities. So our opponents can also target them even though they have hexproof.
No, they can't. It's just us.
Creatures your opponents control with hexproof can be the target of spells or abilities we control.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Only
that's
we
why
get to
it's
do it.
important that they don't lose hexproof. We can just get them. Our opponents
Because
can't.
we have the spotlight on the top of Helm's Deep, and we're looking around for that asshole with the torch.
With the Olympic torch.
That's running to the bomb,
Yes.
right? And then
Yes.
we shoot him, right?
Yes,
Oh man,
that's an intense part.
that was exciting.
That was so loud in the theater.
Blow the wall up. Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that
shit.
was-
Do you
that
think
was
we were in the same theater when we watched it? Probably not. You were in PA.
No, I
weren't
was
you?
in PA.
That sucks. That would have been cool if we were in the same building watching the same movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
Yep.
have been neat.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Now, Ryan.
Plus ones?
Now it is time to up our +1/+1 game. All right. +1, +1s. Starting with, we're talking about like these are going to be these epic cards, right? Wait for the best cards of all time.
AKA draft commons.
Yes, aka draft shit that you've never seen in your entire life. Starting with the epitome of that, Dusk Shell Crawler.
I will say, I'm fairly certain that we have played this card on Commander Cookout before.
Maybe,
I'm
because it's
throwing
a
that out
bug.
It is an instant. Nope, it's an insect. Wow. Jeepers creepers. A 0/3 for 2 enters the battlefield. Put a +1 counter on target creature. Each creature with a +1 on it has Trampski.
So that it can ram through.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, I would probably put this in Animar if it costed just green.
Man, it does cost just green and animal. What are you talking about?
No, but Animar 0 counters.
Okay.
Yes, because this would put 2 counters on Animar. Then you're frickin' online.
All right, here we go.
Next
Here we
card.
go. Forced adaptation.
Frick.
Man.
Enchanted creature. At the beginning of your upkeep?
Yep.
Put a +1 counter on enchanted creature. That's just costs green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vastwood fortification.
+1 counter on target creature, and it's got a land on the back.
Forgotten Ancient.
Whenever a player, mind you, any player casts a spell, you put a +1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. 2 if you got a hardened scales.
That's right.
At the beginning of your upkeep, the one before you attack with Legolas.
That's right.
You may move any number of +1 counters from Forgotten Ancients onto other creatures.
Cool.
Yes.
Invigorating Splurge.
I play this in Calamax.
I play this in Driz Doerden.
Green 2 instant. Put a +1 counter on target creature you control. And then double the number of +1 counters on that creature. I like it.
Man. Here's a picture of me looking into a mirror in Visions of Dominance.
Give it a read then.
It's a little frog looking at his big brother frog who's eating an arm. It's a sorcery for green 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. And it has flashback for green 8. Costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among commanders you own on the battlefield or in the command zone.
Oh.
So neat.
This is more accurately described as me looking at my brother. Me being the little frog and my brother being the giant lummox of a frog with the arm hanging out of his mouth. Because my brother's frickin' small. Have you seen him?
Evolutionary Escalation.
Yes, sir. Enchantment for green 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 3, count them, +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, and 3, count them, +1/+1 counters on a target creature an opponent controls.
I would suggest we cut this and play Bone Sabers instead.
Yes, because that puts +1 counters on creatures. And
on just our creatures.
yeah, an evolutionary escalation isn't a spell that targets, so it won't proc Legolas.
That's right. So you're
Yes.
just making your opponent's dudes bigger.
Yeah, which, I don't know, could be fine.
Factual Harness.
Fractal harness.
Sure.
Sure. This is an equipment like Bone Sabers. Whenever Fractal Harness enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on Fractal Harness to it. Attach Fractal Harness to it. Jesus Christ, Ryan. Get your shit together.
The 0/0 gets the counters.
Yes.
And then Fractal Harness gets equipped to it.
Whenever equipped creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. So you immediately equip it to Legolas.
Yes. And then smash somebody's whole brain in.
Yes.
Evolution Sage.
That's Landfall Proliferate.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Hydra's Growth.
Enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on enchanted creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of +1 counters. And you got to remember, doubling counters counts as putting counters onto a creature.
Yes.
So hardened scales will trigger and give you another one.
Correct. So here's a card. At first, I was like, why the fuck are we playing this? I hate this. I hate it a lot. But
Avabrook Caretaker?
I will forgive, both because there is a small dog in the art and because it's good in the deck.
Okay.
Under any other circumstance, I'd be real pissed off right now.
I'll read the front. You read the back.
God damn it.
Human Werewolf, 4/4, hexproof for 6. It's not that good so far.
No.
Mythic Rare.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, it's not so good. Nice art. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, and it has Daybound. If a player casts no spells during their turn, it becomes night.
And then when it becomes night, you flip over all your things that have daybound/nightbound. And on the back, it's a 6/6 with hexproof. Other permanents you control have hexproof. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. And it has nightbound. If a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day.
That's a $7 card.
Yep.
Just because werewolves.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I do. F that card. I super do. I would screw that card. If it didn't have a little dog on it, I'd be telling him to cut this card immediately. Immediately. And I think...
I want to talk about some lands real quick, and then we'll go to our backup win con.
Yes.
Okay, so... And I think the lands are very linked to the backup win con. So listen to this. We've got a Tower of the Magistrate is just something that gives target creature protection from artifacts. That's fine.
No, but that is way more utility than I think people give it credit for. Because if you have something that's suited up with equipment and you give it protection from artifacts, all the equipment falls off.
Target creature, yes.
Like,
yes, you're right.
There are tricksy things you can do with a Tower of the Magistrate, and it's not just kill creatures when you target them because you're playing Hirobi. That is a good card.
Well, it makes it so like Worm Coil Engines can't block Legolas. Right? As long as he's not equipped. That's fine. You have a Mire Cradle Growth. We got a War Room, which is good in any single color deck.
Yep.
You pay 3, tap, pay life equal to the number of colors in your commander's color identity. In this case, it would be 3 mana, 1 life, tap, draw a card.
On a land.
On a land that we can tap for mana.
Which is just cool, yeah.
Yes. We've got a Detection Tower. Until end of turn, your opponents and creatures your opponents control with hexproof can be the target of abilities you control as if they didn't have hexproof.
That's a good one.
Remember, they still have hexproof, so your opponents can't do jack.
But you can get them.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
We got a Rogue EP.
Sure do.
It's a Rogue's Passage. Makes Legolas unblockable, so you can get in and gank.
Yep.
And then I like this one. I play this one in my Planeswalker deck.
Me too.
This is Karn's Bastion. It's French for bastion.
It is. That's true. That's a science fact.
4, tap, proliferate.
Cool.
Happens to go good with our win condition, our backup win
condition.
Give this a read.
Venerated Rot Priest.
Remember when this card was $15 because it was going to break Standard and Commander on turn 1?
I do. I do, yes.
Yes, now the extended art one is like not even 4.
So it's Toxic 1/1/2 for green, Phyrexian Druid. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter.
So probably we will target Legolas 10 times and a target of a spell.
Yeah.
Any spell.
Any spell.
So anything that we cast, even like stuff that doesn't really do much, like an enchantment that like doesn't give us counters till next turn or whatever, we're going to give a poison counter away.
Still poisons a guy.
We can proliferate. And probably we're going to cast 10 spells on Legolas.
Over the course of a game, for sure you will.
And probably kill somebody with this.
Yes.
Maybe we could go Venerated Rot Priest late game. Like if we go Legolas and then he's big, and then we go like Rishkar's Expertise, draw 10.
Yep.
Next turn, we can probably go Venerated Rot Priest and 5. And if it lives, we can go like next turn 5 more cards and kill an opponent in 2 turns with this.
Probably.
If not, we would have to play the Proliferate game. And then the other 1 or 2 opponents, maybe we just get him with Legolas.
Because he's big. So you get like the opponent that's playing all of the bull honky and protecting himself with pillar forts or enchantments. So you can attack him with Legolas or things that prevent damage or whatever.
Yeah.
Venerated Rot Priest just gets him.
Yes. Yeah. And moving into strengths and weaknesses real quick. Voltron deck, weakness.
Yes.
Backup win con, very, very important.
Yes.
Strength.
Yep.
Voltron deck, strength? Maybe?
Dirty, rotten, stinking hot garbage. Strength. Yes.
You got an air laugh out of me.
Because, like, this deck is full of so much just crap, and I love it. Because it works so good. Like, we've been over so many ways that this deck could just gank everybody on the earth and then just win. And that's awesome because we're doing it with shit.
Oh, man. Okay, so...
The flip side of that is, of course, your deck is full of shit. So if you don't have Legolas, you are legless without Legolas.
Okay. Fun to use cards in new ways. We're using draft chaff to make a deck, right?
We are.
Which are always fun episodes for us to do.
Yeah.
Fun to see cards that people don't usually play. It uses bad stuff and it makes it into great, cool, fun stuff.
Yes, it does.
Could also be made very cheap, and we could lean into Infect and make this deck hit literally 4 times harder.
Yes.
No, I guess 2 times harder. Because we're going from 40 life, Voltron to 20, 21, Infect down to 10, right? So this could be very good, and I've got a couple things to talk about in the budget section real quick, but weaknesses first.
You could stick Infect creatures in here and then use the pump spells on them and then use Legolas's ability to kill the blockers to get your Infect creatures in.
Yes.
This could be a very stout Infect deck if you wanted it to be.
Yes, and we could do like Invigorate and the free pump spells, right? Like Infect in Modern of old, right? We could do all of that stuff.
Sure could.
And you would not be breaking the budget or straying away from the theme.
Correct.
Draft chaff to kill my opponents with damage. As it is right now, we are, this is a weakness, sitting at what is, I think, kind of an expensive meme deck. This deck costs more than $300.
Yes, it does.
FYI.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a meme deck.
That's an easy cut, though, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because listen to this. I didn't take out. Give me a quick price hit on the Yavimaya.
Yavimaya, I think, is $10. Yeah.
$10?
$10.
Okay. Heroic Intervention.
It's 17, I think.
Well, I've got it at 20. It's green interaction. There's plenty of uncommon and common green interaction, like Tamiyo's Safekeeping.
Yes.
That we could play. And
we're playing all of it, so you could just cut this for an Infect creature. Or another card we're going to talk about in a minute.
We could even play like Autumn's Veil? Veil of Autumn? Veil of Summer?
Both.
It's a protection and it's a card draw spell.
Yes.
Right? Like, we could play that. Now, Ozolith. Probably we don't need it. It just helps us rebuild.
I think you do need it.
If we're diversifying away from Legolas into Infect, and last time I checked, Glistener Elf, not $30.
Yeah, then you don't need it. If you're going to stick with the Legolas is going to win me this game train, you're going to want to keep them. Because once your Legolas costs $9, you're not going to want to try and rebuild that too.
Yes, but I don't think Legolas is going to cost 9 because we can give him hexproof and indestructible so frequently, right? At 1 mana.
Yeah.
And actually make him bigger and gank the people that tried to kill him, right? So 35 for the Ozolith. 1 ring is 45, and we're playing it because I think we're playing it. Just because.
Playing it because we got one.
Exactly.
If you don't have one, don't need one.
No, play a pump spell. Literally play a Giant Growth.
You could play another card that we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. You got a card in mind?
Oh my God, yeah, I do.
Berserk is good. $20 good?
No.
I don't know. For the purposes of this budget section, I'm going to say no.
Yes.
Song of the Dryads at 16? I don't know.
Yeah, that's...
When we're playing enough fight to get rid of stuff at a cheaper mana slot and instant speed that buffs our commander.
Yep.
Song of the Dryads, that can pound sand.
Yep.
Delighted Halfling is $15 because Lord of the Rings .set.
Plus, it's a CEDH card that makes your spells uncounterable.
Yeah.
It's a Cavern of Souls on legs. It's really good.
Yeah, and we're not talking about playing Cavern of Souls.
No.
But any Mana Dork would do, or a Glistener Elf.
Yes.
Sure. Yavimaya Cradle, $10. If we cut those cards...
You could play Ichormere.
Ichormere?
Because it's got Infect and it's a Mana Dork.
Perfect.
There it is.
Ichormere?
Ichormere. Or Dark Swell Mirror. You know the one I mean. It's an infecting 1/1 for 2 that taps for a colorless mana.
Yes, that one.
That one. I thought Ichormere? I thought it was Ichormere.
That one. The infecting mirror that taps for mana.
We all know. Yeah, we're there.
We could get this deck from $303
Yep.
down to $140.
Boom.
Right? And we're not sacrificing what it does, its power level, and we're actually diversifying its win cons.
Yeah, the consistency of the deck might actually go up.
I think it would.
Because you're not putting all your eggs in the Legolas sandwich.
In Legolas's basket, if you will.
I like the sandwich better.
Sure.
Because egg salad sandwiches.
Tower of the Magistrate, $15.
You want to keep that, though, because it's a meme. Unless you're playing it in foil, in which case you should send it to me. Yeah, it'll go right into my masks set with the other one that I have. That
you know what?
Foil.
I'm gonna say cut it. Magistrate, take that $15 off. $127.
Oh.
What's the card that you want to recommend?
Okay, Ryan, we're talking about fighting.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you know who wins every fight he's ever been in his entire life?
Brash Taunter?
Brash Taunter. You're damn right he is. But we can't play Brash Taunter because he's red.
Yes.
But some people, they're probably out there, they're thinking it. Some people have Brash Taunter at home. And it's called a stuffy doll. So we could play a stuffy doll to get at that niggling dude that plays like the moat or the Magus of the moat. Or that thing that says, creatures without Island Walker flying can't attack. Fuck all of that shit.
Brash Taunter.
Brash Taunter. Snuffy doll.
Yes.
Get it in, fight it, win. That is awesome.
Yes.
Stuffy doll is good. Before there was Brash Taunter, there was Stuffy doll.
Oh,
Before
man.
Brash Taunter saved the universe, Stuffy doll was on the rack. And and he was in the Black Vice, and he's everywhere.
Stuffy Doll didn't die for Brash Taunter's sins
That's
because
right.
he's indestructible.
That's right, exactly.
There's a t-shirt.
Yes, and if you wanted to get really memey, you could put +1/+1 counters on the Stuffy doll to make Legolas fight the Stuffy doll.
Why would we do that?
Because then he kills somebody, Ryan. Because Legolas hits the Stuffy doll, and the Stuffy doll hits the guy that we picked, and that person eats a whole plate of shit. Ain't you been keeping up?
Obviously not.
Oh, Stuffy doll. Card of the week.
Stuffy Doll. You can get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Use CCO Summer promo code, get 5% off. You probably want, like 50 of them.
At least. They go in every deck if you want them to. They don't actually belong in every deck like Brash Taunter does, but he's fine.
Yes.
7 out of 10 card at best. But in this deck, 7 out of 10 card.
Oh, you know what secret layer I want?
The Goblin one?
Just hold on a second. Just wait a sec. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Then I'm going to get. I'm going to thank Jaw Freak Stacks Hole. Cool deck, freaking funny. Meme decks, love them. Budget, even better. Lord of the Rings. Oh,
yeah, this is a meme deck even I got behind.
This is the Vince McMahon meme that I'm just like going more crazy every time I say something. That.
Yes.
Thank you. Hit us up if the CCO experience is still open. I don't know if it is. CommanderCookout.com. Buy some merch. Summerline. Super cool. Last thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
You know what secret layer I want just for you?
Tell me.
I want like really cutesy goblin. Kind of like we got those cupids, the angel ones.
Oh, yeah.
But goblins.
Right?
Brash Taunter. Like baby Brash Taunter.
Oh, with his little diaper on. And he's got a broken baby bottle. And he's just stabbing somebody with it.
Little diaper on. Holding a stuffy of Stuffy Doll.
Oh, that would be great.
Yes, that's what I want. Because people pair those cards together all the time. Because
Yes,
they do
they
the
do.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little baby Brash Taunter holding Stuffy Doll.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Somebody who's actually good at concepting that kind of stuff, get at us. That'll be our next CCO Goblin token.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Man, Brash Taunter is so good and so handsome.
Yes.
I love that guy. He does everything, and that's my favorite thing.
Give us the final thought of the day.
The final thought of the day is I love this deck a lot, if you have not picked up on that. And I think that everybody out there should also love it because it's great. And if you have all the cards, which you probably do if you've ever played a draft in your life, you should give it a shot because I'll bet you it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for Jaw Freak Swasshole for sending it in. We very much appreciate you. Thank you for Fusion Gaming Online for helping us keep the show on the air. Thanks to everybody who has sent decks in. Keep them coming. We've got another few days where we're going to be recording the last episode that's a couple weeks out now because our schedules are a little bit wonky. So please get your decks in early. If you are going to send one in, we're going to be keep doing Lord of the Rings for another at least one episode.
Yeah,
So
and
get the decks
until the Commander Masters previews and the CCO preview stuff starts coming out, right?
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep playing Lord of the Rings stuff for sure because it's good, but we'll probably focus less on Lord of the Rings and more on Commander Masters.
Oh yeah, Commander Masters is going to come out, and we're gonna do some stuff with that because we're gonna have new arts that you can see on YouTube and top 5s and the whole thing.
Yeah, and we're gonna have classic Commander decks built by you. So get your boxes of decks and look at them. And we're gonna do some throwbacks. I think
the arc of the classics.
We're gonna do some classic decks, and I'm very, very excited for it. And you should be too. So keep listening to Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song.